With O'Leary, he will tell that dude named Hennessy to go to hell. Reacting to the games on Green Beans, Jets fan. Nick Shine and Dano screaming, Jeremy is the man. From Jake Asman to Gunny to Jets talk 24/7. A New York Jets championship will be pure heaven. Deli, cheesesteak, and southern barbecue. Jeremy and his brothers on Brooklyn Brothers Food Review. You can never get too much of his bald head. You won't forget his name until you're long dead. Jets chaos will never die. It will never die. It won't ever die. It just won't die. Jets cast will never die. It will never die. It won't ever die. It just won't die.
It just won't die. Jeremy,
I need
you're
to add.
muted. Go
Oh,
ahead.
can you hear me now?
I,
I need to add lines to the song.
you know what? I was gonna create an.
Jeremy cooking bacon and sizzling while yelling and screaming at that guy Modine.
You gotta have Modine in there somewhere. Um, you know what? I every time I sit down to make an intro, I feel the need to make it better than that, and that's when I come up stumped.
Yeah. uh,
Jeremy, hey, chaos in the danger zone, chaos in the zone, mother effers. Episode 3. Welcome, chat. Welcome, Jeremy. Welcome, Dano. Oh, hey, that's me. Welcome, everybody. I actually have not been on screen for a week, Jeremy. A
wow,
week.
wow. And I'm honored to
Typic.
welcome you back.
Thank you. Because you know what? Typically, fuck it, dude. That's 7 days. But is there something different about my disengagement this past 7 days that's more than usual?
Your disengagement that's more than usual.
Yeah. So basically, what have I missed? What have I missed,
What have you
Jeremy?
missed? Well, on Tuesday or Wednesday or one of the it was Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday. Um, we made some trades at the trade deadline. Believe it or not. Now, take a deep breath. You're sitting down. So apparently, it started with an announcement that the Jets had traded Sauce Gardner. Now, I want you to know when I saw Jets. Oh, I saw in a text threads. I saw from like Tigo. Oh my God! It was O'Leary just said, "Oh my God," and Tigo said, "Sauce," and I said, "F you to all of you." Like I just looked up, and my first thing was extreme anger and hurt and pain because I said they're messing with me, or this can't be real. And this can't be like this is disgusting. What are you talking about? Like I thought of Moogs and I thought of just burning down one Jets drive, and then it wasn't that long later that I saw the compensation. And the compensation, because I know you were have been gone, was 2 first round picks. It was the Colts first round pick this draft and the next draft. And they threw in A.D. Mitchell, Adonius Mitchell, who was a guy that we prospected a couple of years ago in the draft and had him ranked just behind Neighbors and BTJ and all those great receivers that came out of that draft and really loved him. Like 6'2", runs a 4.3 kind of thing. Um, and when I saw the compensation, I said, "Oh," and
Yeah, yeah.
I understood.
I'm gonna stop pretending now like I was in a coma for 7 days because I was not. even though my mic has been, I have not been. Um, I knew. I found out. Actually, I was 50 feet in the air on a boom lift. If you don't know what that is, Google it. I was on a boom lift and my phone was blowing up. I had no idea why, because it does that. It does that almost daily. But then I got a phone call from the old lady, and she said, "Hey, listen, shit's happening. Sauce Gardner traded." And I'm not gonna lie, just saying that right now gives me goose pimples.
Goose
I,
pimples.
I swear to God, like,
In
because
New
it's
York,
like
in New York, we say goosebumps, but go on.
goosebumps, Hey, okay, all right.
Goose pimples.
The idea, though, like, what the, like, it's taking me back to that moment. Like, what? What? Like, what? We had people on the market. We had people we were selling. Sauce was not one of them. Okay. So that was my reaction. Visceral initially, 50 feet in the air. um, it wasn't until 15, 20 minutes later, like you're saying, and I just didn't want to downplay that initial reaction, which was, what the fuck? Then it's like, okay, we were blown away. They literally, the Colts bought him off of us. They pried him off of us. And pride is a good word, because like Sauce was our pride. They pried him off of us. And for that, I'm okay with. I am. Because for many reasons we can get into later if people really, sorry, if people really want to know, because I do feel like I'm the last one to sound off on this trade. If you really want to know, we can pry into it. But I don't know. I think most of us are past it. But initially, what the hell? Later, compensation wise, I'm like, okay. And then, all right, back to work. I can't make any shorts. I can't make any videos. I can't do a live stream. Back to fucking work. Boom. Quinn Williams traded. And I'm like, fuck my life.
Now that deal is the deal I predicted. I literally had a tweet that says, I had a tweet that literally said about a month ago that I wrote it a month ago and said, Jerry Jones loves Quinnen Williams. Jerry Jones has no run defense and has a bag of first round picks. I wonder if he give us one of those first round picks for Quinnen Williams. And I got my head bit off. Oh, no, they got a guy in the trade from Green Bay. Do you know anything about football? They already filled the spot. They got a good player that filled the spot. And I thought to myself, I understand that they got a player back from Green Bay. Kenny Clark is his name, who's a decent defensive tackle. I said, but this is a special player, and Jerry Jones likes to make a splash. He likes big names. And he also likes to put off things. Like he doesn't like to work. Like in other words, we were already thinking ahead with Quinnen Williams that he's going to want to restructure a deal. That could be a very big headache because he probably doesn't really want to stay here anyway. So he's had enough. He's probably fed up. So it could get ugly in the offseason. Jerry Jones has proven to be very overconfident in that department and not really care or worry about that. So I thought that it was a good take that he might trade for Quinn, that he might do it. And when I saw that, it was so validating for me to say, wow, even a blind squirrel finds a nut sometimes.
The only thing that gave me pause was thinking, okay, they have to regret that Dak deal. They have to. So why would they then part with first round picks that they could then later, like I was thinking ahead for them and thinking, oh, they are eyeing the 2027 draft. They can draft a replacement for Dak and get out from under that contract. Little did I know, man, come on. It's Jerry Jones. He's not thinking that far ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's not thinking that far ahead. He doesn't, and I think his fans are going to get pissed at him for it. And I think this is a case. This is something that could really blow up in Jerry Jones' face. Like, this is something where if they don't win a lot of games this year, if he doesn't make a big difference and help turn this team around, and they don't make the playoffs or their first round exit or whatever it is, and then he does a holdout, and he's asking for 37 to 40 million a year, and Jerry Jones is thinking, I let Micah Parsons go for picks. And then I gave those picks away. What was the point of that? It was to save some money, because I didn't want to pay a position player 47 million. Now I got a guy who's 28, 29, who could very easily be starting to, he might take the downward turn in his career because of his size, right? Those kind of players, like, we've seen it. 30, 31 could be really old for some players. We don't know that, but it could be. So there's a lot of risk. There's a lot of risk. And suddenly you're going to have this guy asking you for some 3 years guaranteed, total 4-year deal or something. He's going to want $100 million guaranteed, $120 million, $40 million, some crazy thing like that. And there you're going to be. There you are again, Jerry Jones. There you are again.
I mean, Quinnen, you got to figure he's going to be 28 this winter. It's going to be his last real chance to get like another $100 million, another $96 million contract. You're right. They're going to have to pay him. Also, they're going to have to, all intents and purposes, they're going to have to keep paying Dak, because, I mean, you're trading a 2 this year, a 1 next year. You're going to have to keep paying Dak.
You're living and dying with him. No one's taking that contract. Right. No one's trading you anything for him. Like I wouldn't want him just for the quarterback. That he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. But for $50+ million, I don't want him, because he takes up too much of the cap to put you can't put enough players around him at that point. The only way you could do it is if you had a young team that was amazing, that was really great, and because they were all young, they were so young, you had tons of cap space and you weren't paying anyone, and that Dak was going to be the guy, because the only position you needed help in was quarterback. And then you're talking, right? Then you have a potential. But who's like that in the NFL? I can't think of a team that's like that. Who's taking a $55 million per year contract on a quarterback who's freaking average, man? He's
60.
middle of the league. Yeah, I mean,
60.
It's
60 million.
Well, no one's touching it. Yeah, 60. No one's touching it. No one's touching it. No one's touching it. $60 million. If he was Patrick Mahomes, do you know what I mean? If he's Patrick Mahomes, if he's Josh Allen, if he's Lamar Jackson, then, who knows what you'll do if you could, because these are guys that you could have holes in your roster. Dak Prescott is proving, because look at the Dallas Cowboys record. He doesn't make you a winner. He requires a roster around him. And if you're paying him $60 million, how are you going to put that roster around him? It just doesn't make any sense.
It's funny too, because it's like Dak, Tua, Trevor Lawrence are all near the top of the league. They were all.
And by the way, I just have to point this out right away. It's the stupidest argument I get adults. Okay, I'm not going to. I don't want to insult anyone. Saying because we've had shitty quarterbacks and he's the best that we would have ever had is the worst argument in the world. It's the worst argument. Okay, so that's how you're going to set the bar? So Dak Prescott, yes, would be better than any quarterback we've ever had. Fine, I don't even dispute that. I'm not even going to name guys. I'm not even going to name other quarterbacks. I'm not going to say Ken O'Brien. I'm not going to say Chad Pennington. I'm not going to say anything. Fine. Dak Prescott, you look at the bar you're setting. You're saying because we've had crappy quarterbacks that it would be smart to pay $60 million for an average quarterback. The point is, the reality is, the Dallas Cowboys are living proof that he's not enough. He is not a Patrick Mahomes. He is not a Josh Allen. He is not a Lamar Jackson. He's not the kind of quarterback that can make up for holes in your roster. He's not. That's why Dallas Cowboys haven't won a playoff game since when? What have they done? Because he's not good enough. He's good. I would love to have Dak Prescott at $30 million a year or 35, whatever it is. I'm not against having Dak Prescott. But there's a price. There's a limit that you pay for any player. And you do
Yes.
not pay $60 million for a quarterback that's not elite. He has to
I'm
be
with you.
top 5. He has to be an elite guy, a needle-moving quarterback, a quarterback that even if you have holes in your roster, problems on your team, you still have a chance to win a Super Bowl because they're that good. Kansas City lost Tyreek Hill and still won a Super Bowl with no receivers, just a tight end, because Patrick Mahomes is that good, right? So any of those kind of players, but don't tell me because the Jets never had a good quarterback that's what makes it a smart thing to do. It makes no sense. It's a faulty argument, and I've heard it too many times.
Well, it's funny too because like Dak. Excuse me here while I adjust things. Daniel was touching my shit on Friday. What'd you guys let him do that for? Dak, Trevor, Tua, I believe all extended in the same offseason. Meanwhile, arguably all three of them you could argue were possibly attainable at the deadline. Why? Not because they're all three bad, because it's their value to the team versus their finances, man. And Tua and Lawrence and Dak, all $52 to $60 million a year. None of them playing worth it. You know what? That's half the reason I was excited for Fields, Jeremy. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't for Fields. It wasn't for him. It was for the prospects of having a quarterback that can even play mid on a 2-year, $30 million guaranteed deal. Because
Right.
I was used, dude, that is so much of it for me. Everything is all financially driven, and I was happy for Fields. Now I'm over it. We're going to get into that. I am so fucking over that. But it was the cost and the value, the return, the ROI, which is why I don't want Dak at 60, which is why I don't want Tua at 55, which is why I don't want Trevor Lawrence at 55. Anything you can branch out from that take?
Yeah. I mean, you see how these contracts blow up in your face because people are held prisoner. You got to sign your quarterback, right? So you got to pay them anything they want because in this league it's so hard to find a quarterback. But the problem is you're burying yourself. You're putting yourself behind the 8 ball and being able to win a Super Bowl because you can't put the roster around them. Modine actually makes a good point. Philadelphia Eagles. That's actually a good point because look at the structure of Jalen Hurts' contract. It's a friendly contract that allows the Eagles look at the roster that the Eagles have around Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is not taking a broken roster to the Super Bowl, right? If you don't look what Jalen Hurts has. Last year he had the best running game in the NFL. He had two prime receivers, right? 2 really good receivers, amazing offensive line, a great defense, one that was getting to the quarterback. That's how they beat Kansas City. We all saw it. Right. So if you create we saw the Giants win Super Bowls with Eli Manning, very good quarterback, not an elite quarterback, not like his brother. But so, yes, if you can do that. But the problem is, how do you do that if you're paying somebody $60 million a year? Right. And the Jets, we certainly have way too many holes for us to do it. And how many teams in the NFL right now could afford to pay a quarterback $60 million a year that have that perfect roster that the Eagles have to make it worth it? You know, that you could win with Dak Prescott. Now, if you had a roster out there of amazing players, you had great players because they're all young. You drafted like a freaking champ. 3 years of great drafting. You're loaded with studs. You don't have a lot of huge contracts. And you have a shitty quarterback, but you're winning anyway, but not enough to win the Super Bowl. And the Dallas comes to you and says, you want Dak Prescott. You might say, I can afford to pay him $60 million. I have this roster, and I can have 2 good opportunities, 2 years to win the Super Bowl with him. I'm not against that, but understand one thing. They have to understand one thing. What are you going to give Dallas now also in capital? Are you going to commit that $60 million and give players away? Are you going to give draft picks away? So then you're really only about those 2 years, and then it's all going to blow up in your face when you have to pay everybody and then have no draft picks to replenish. So the understanding has to be, you're going to gamble it all with Dak Prescott. In that scenario, fine. If you can name a team that's in that scenario, fine. right? But I can't think of a team that's in that scenario. So, which is why I say I don't see how anybody's going to touch Dak Prescott. There's no way the Jets are going to touch him because we're not even close. What is he going to do for us? Okay, we get a really good quarterback on this team. Aaron Rodgers did pretty good. He's doing pretty good now. We won 5 games. Like, this roster's not built right now to do that anyway.
You do not, for the record, Jeremy, you do not think we are a quarterback away.
I do not think we're a quarterback away. I do not.
I just wanted that out there because that was, such a sticking point these last few years. Honestly, I don't think it was wrong at a few moments these last few years. Now, I think it's wrong. But I do want to, we're going to get into the Jets win today over the Cleveland Browns. But before we do, we are cooking. Jeremy's cooking, especially, and the chat is cooking. I just want to throw a few lobs at Jeremy, see if he can knock them out of the park. Lob here from Modine. He says, "Put me in at Jets quarterback and just draft weapons."
Yeah,
Is that all we need to do?
I don't know if we could put like an 80-year-old man at quarterback. I just think it might be like, we might have to call like for, senior citizen abuse, like elderly abuse. Like this, as soon as someone tackles Modine, we're going to be like, I have a mandated reporter. I have to report that as elderly abuse. So I don't think we can have that kind of situation. But
Okay,
look,
fair.
there
I got
are
another one. Do you want to go ahead?
no. I don't know why he's saying with
Okay.
all due respect.
You know what? All
Bro,
right, let me read it.
bro,
Let me read it to you.
Exactly what I said. This is what I said.
Go
I said Eli Manning was able to win a Super Bowl because the Giants put a perfect situation around him. They gave him an incredible, same thing as the Eagles in a way. Great offensive line, right? Really great running game, but the most elite defensive line, like since the New York Stock Exchange of the Jets. Strahan, OC, JPP, like they were getting sacks. Like what I'm saying is, yes, you could win without an elite top tier quarterback, but you have to have a stacked roster. You have to have such a good roster. And not only that, I'm not saying it's impossible without it. You like Cincinnati almost pulled it off. I think Jay Burrows is very good. I don't think he's just average, but he was only a rookie that year, or coming back from I think the second year, right? Or was he a rookie or the second year when he came back from injury? Something like anyway, Jay Burrows wasn't like he was getting great. He wasn't in his prime yet. Like he wasn't. He kept getting better and better. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you can't. It's impossible. You can't go on a run, but that's like eggs in a basket thing. Cincinnati hasn't been back. I want to build for the Jets. I want to make this clear. What I'm hoping for as a Jet fan is I don't want to just put all my eggs in one basket and take one shot where it's going to blow up. I want to build a sustained winner. Like I'm hoping they could build what Buffalo has built, what Baltimore is. Like every year you're a contender. That's what I'm hoping for. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way to get Dak Prescott at $60 million a year, for example. And I think a lot of teams would have this problem and build a sustained winner for the long term. I understand the average salary is going up. I get it. But he's at 60 million now. He's at 60 million today. Right now in this moment.
And our window isn't open yet. So like I feel like if you want to pair a $60 million contract to us, fine. But your window has to be ready. And our window is not open yet. It's not. I'm sorry. It's just not.
We're not even close.
You can argue that with me. I mean, I don't think we're. It's the NFL. I don't think we're like 3 to 4 draft classes away. I don't. But at the same time, it's not now. It's not even in 2026. Heading into this season, we did a whole ass live stream. Are we punting? 2025 is a punt year, and people didn't like that. Hey, here we are. We're punting, man. I'm starting to think that 2026 is as well. Even if we draft a quarterback, because does any one of us want them to start? I don't think. So yeah, patience. If you can't handle patience, maybe this isn't the fan base for you right now.
I mean, no
Maybe
matter how long you've waited, it doesn't change the reality that you, in any given moment, it doesn't matter how long you've suffered. I've suffered for over 40 years. It doesn't matter. In any given
no.
moment, you have to look at the best path to have a chance. And
Yeah,
right now, if
and
you go out and start bringing in stars right now before you're ready, you're just, I mean, we've lived that mistake before. Le'Veon Bell,
yes, we
we've lived that mistake
facts,
before.
facts.
We've lived it.
Preach.
We've done it before. Now, look, I'm trying to think of a team in my head right now that would benefit from Dak Prescott. Like, I'm thinking, imagine the 49ers with Dak Prescott, right? Because Purdy's always hurt. Prescott, let's face it, in the 49ers system with Shanahan would be amazing. Amazing, because he does more than Purdy could do, right? I think so. But the problem is doesn't work because the Niners could never afford it. There's no way they could pay 60 million. Like, that's the kind of thing. Every team I think of that he could go to that he would benefit, where you could justify 60 million, they still have to have the 60 million to be able to pay him. And it's hard to think of a team that could do that.
I won't lie and say that it wouldn't be a benefit to pay a quarterback 60 million and then use all 5 first round picks on other areas of the team. But you can't, because if you want Dak, you got to spend what, half of that to get him?
Right. How
It's
many of
not
the first
worth
right,
it.
how many of the first rounders are they going to want? Now, if you
Correct.
say Joe
Correct.
Burrows, I think it's a different conversation. I'm not saying I'm perfectly comfortable giving around for, but it's a different conversation because I'm sorry. And maybe you disagree. If you have a different evaluation of the player, I'm not going to even bother arguing because you could argue the rest of your lives on it. But I think that Burrows is a very different quarterback than Prescott. Now, they both had injury problems, so I don't want to hear, oh, Burrows gets hurt. So does Prescott, right? They both have injury issues. So it's a gamble with either one. But, I can take a second. But Burrows is a special player. Burrows is the kind of guy, some will argue talent wise, he's already in that top 5. He's already in that top tier. And, he's just not, hasn't been in the greatest situation. He's been injured. But a lot of people will already put him there and say he'd be holding up, Lombardi trophies if he was on the right team.
Agreed. Burrow is a conversation we can have if we run out of talking points. The fact that we haven't even gotten to the Browns game yet and we are a half hour in, chaos. I think we're going to table the Burrow convo. We do have it in our bag though. Mo can take a sack. No, did he? Yeah. Interesting, Mo. We'll have to try you out next Thursday night. It's crazy because chaos. When we do the show again, we're gonna have another game under our belt, 3 days removed. So, like, I feel like we do have to look at that New England game before we get out of here tonight. At least a little bit. But I just wanted to highlight the chat because I'm a little behind. Let me catch up and then we'll get into what exactly happened today, because we've been stuck on Tuesday and we've been stuck on Tuesday to Saturday, and with cause. Um, Hazel chimes in. She says, "Jesus Christ, this game is awful."
Oh,
Oh,
it's
I think
Hazel.
it is Hazel.
I thought that it was a clever name. I thought it was like Hazy L, like French L is female, like so it was like hazy, like a hazy. No, it's
Or
Hazel.
like Gazelle. No, yeah.
I thought it was
Well, yeah.
Hazy L, like
No,
instead of like
yeah,
a
it's
hazy
Hazel.
mirror, I thought it was Hazy L, like a hazy girl. Like I thought it was a
Hey,
Hazel.
the internet can be tough, man. I'm just teasing. Yeah, Hazel. Hazel, it is. She's awesome. She sticks around for some of these streams. It does sound like Sunday Night Football is terrible. I don't know if you know that or not, Jeremy, but
Feels like a lot of these games have been terrible. It's been a lot of terrible games. That Raiders game on Thursday night, that Denver Raiders game. Oh my god. We were kind of like that, Our game was hidden by those 2 special team touchdowns, and then there was a couple of drives there for Cleveland, but like outside of that, it was a lot of just the puntathon.
in the I'm gonna use my East Coast verbiage here and say that the 4 o'clock window, the late afternoon games were all terrible in my eyes. there was a little bit of spark, in one or two of them, but most of them were blowouts. It's like, what the hell, man? Like, it sucked. And most of the Thursday night football, you're right, most of them have been trash as well. Just totally one-sided or ineptitude. I wonder what this Thursday will be. We'll get into that because I do feel like we got to get into today first before we segue to that. And give me 1 second. I just want to see if I missed anything in the chat. Um, Besides Modine talking about how he can take a sack, um,
He's
Billy
also
asked
talking
what.
about how the turf will get you. He's got a lot. There's a lot going
You know
on
what?
there.
Uh, if 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 Burrow wants out, guess what? It's too late. It's too late. Like, let's do me, Jeremy, and I can talk about that in our off-season show that we
Right. It's
do.
nothing is happening this season. Like you're talking about, like if Burrow wants out and all that happens, and Burrow is suddenly tradable for the Bengals, like if all of that was to actually happen, which I think Bengal fans are laughing at us, by the way. They're saying, "Look at those stupid Jet fans thinking we're trading Burrows," right? But like, even if it was to happen, we're talking about this is a discussion that's February, right? February, March. I mean, like, why would?
Trade
What's the point?
trade deadline is over,
Yeah, the
man. Trade
deadline's
dead.
over. Nothing can happen now. So it just doesn't make any sense.
I agree. I agree, and I also don't think that a couple games from Joe Flacco is gonna is gonna make them that naive.
Right.
You know, like, I get it. He cooked with Higgins and Chase a couple games. Um, Jake Browning didn't, but Flacco did, and that does not suddenly make Burrow expendable. I get it though. If you want a couple firsts, you can draft a replacement. But have you seen this class? I would take Burrow over all of them.
Burrow would be the
Um,
best quarterback we've had in our history, and I will not hear another name. I'm not talking about the 1 year with um Brett Favre.
Namath.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I'm
oh,
not talking about Namath. Forget about this. I mean, Namath was a great leader. Namath was great in a different way, but like as a talented quarterback, he can't stand anywhere near the circle of a Burrow. Like as far as just his arm and this arm talent and all that stuff, but like I don't think there's like any argument. There's no name I will hear. Will I even consider again? If Ken O'Brien never got hurt, maybe he would been really good, right? And even Chad Pennington, you could say he would have been really good. But neither of those guys am I going to say is Burrow. Like I like if you really watch the games and you watch this kid, he has really have been man in a bad situation. Like there's other trajectories of his career if he would have ended up in other places where this guy would already be I mean, like he's very special. I think when you say Lamar Jackson and you say Patrick Mahomes and you say Josh Allen, Burrows is not that far behind. He's in that conversation. Like he really is. You put him in the right situation, we'd be saying his name already in that tier. So it's just a very different thing. That's all I'm saying. So that's and I guess my point to that, Jano, the reason I said all that was how stupid would the Bengals have to be to let that go?
very, very. And let's get into that, Jeremy, because I lived in Ohio. I lived in Ohio for 33 years, Jeremy. And what we've done these last 3 weeks is we've gone undefeated against Ohio teams after starting 0-7. We started 0-7. We've beaten Stranger down there, his Cincinnati Bengals, and we've also beaten the Cleveland Browns. I've been in that stadium. I've sold shit door to door up there in Cleveland. And let me just tell you, the wind coming off those Great Lakes are nothing to joke about. But they came to New York today, brought the rain with them, the blusteriness with them, uh, and we beat them. Let's get into that because I have some opinions about that game. the way it went down. I'm sure you do too. But like, end of story, we won. Awesome. We should be enjoying this victory, not talking about Mendoza, not talking about Ty Simpson. Listen, let's talk about Mendoza and Ty Simpson in weeks that we lose. How about that? Let's
It's just
enjoy this.
yeah, I agree. You know what? Like for the prospectors, for Dom C and everything, great. That's his job. That's what he does. That's his thing. You're right. You're right. It's like I watch him on Saturdays. I like because I half of what I do is I like to prospect. I like to see the talent that's out there. But you're right. It doesn't make sense on these shows to talk about the college quarterbacks. It just doesn't. Not yet.
We have time, and like, how few of these wins will we have? That's all I'm trying to say. And someone mentioned it earlier. I think it was the Jet Life podcast on YouTube. That's Anthony. Go subscribe to him. He said it first. The New York Jets, Jeremy, are undefeated ever since the debut of Chaos in the Zone.
Oh my God, that is so freaking correct. They won. They won on the day of their debut, and that was what 2 weeks ago. So we haven't lost in 3 weeks because we won 2 weeks
Facts.
ago. That means that we haven't lost. The last time we've tasted the salty Modine-ish of loss, the Modine loss, having to hear Modine go, stink, 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 stink. The last
Giggity.
biggity, 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 right? The last time we've had to deal with that, three
Yep.
weeks. That's a long time for a Jet fan. I know
So
the
we're gonna
I know the bye week really helped us out, but that's a long time for Jeff.
we're gonna retire right now and just keep our 2-0 forever. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night. You know what? Let's get into it,
I
man.
got I got
Like,
to tell you just a quick thing about today's win because we
yes,
talking about it, right? I hear a lot of people complaining. Well, it was special teams, and I don't understand that because we've lost so many games to the special teams. like when are we going to understand as fans that there's no shame in winning because of special teams? Many teams win lots of games. Super Bowls have been decided by special teams. Many playoff games have been decided by special teams. If this is a glimpse at the future and what AG is building in special teams, if we're seeing it, and it's one game, but I'm saying, for example, if out of the three components, offense, defense, and special teams, if this was an indicator of what's to come with special teams, don't underestimate how important special teams is if you're trying to build a winning organization. Like, there's no shame in winning because of special teams. It's
no,
it's a very big part of football.
no, you're right, man. Greg Zerline. Oh my God, man. I don't even want to hear his name anymore. Okay, but you're right. You're absolutely right. Take the win and just shut up and take it.
The
Like,
win. The defense stepped up and made some big plays in
let's
critical times.
let's air it out, man. The first half of the game, offense abysmal, abysmal, man, and
First 3 quarters.
it didn't catch. Well, yeah, correct, but it didn't catch us off guard because we've seen that a million times. Defense phenomenal. Quincy did not start in this game. He came in shortly after, and he played well. The defensive line we will get into, trust me. But Brownlee, to my untrained eye, Brownlee didn't have his best game. Tony Adams, sporadic, did all right. But guess what? No Sauce Gardner. And I thought they played well on the back end of that D. However, it was Dylan Gabriel. So how did they get tested? You know, I can't say. But defense, special teams carried us early, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah.
Defense though carried us 80% of that game.
Yeah, because our offense kept giving the ball back to them. Here's the ball back. Here's the ball back. Here's the ball back. And our defense, it's like, of course they're going to give up something because if you're going to
Facts.
throw them out there the entire game, they're going to give up something. But yeah.
Dude, Jawan Briggs, Harrison Phillips filled in nicely. Mozzie Smith, played a decent
I
amount
didn't get. I
today.
cannot watch the all. I cannot wait to watch the all 22 and watch him.
And we will get into more educated analysis, but like, let's just talk as fans. I mean, I
Yeah.
think most of the chats are doing the same thing. They might have seen some post game analysis already. I have not, and I'm just giving you my emotional
Well, I'll
response to
I'll
it.
tell you what. That was the best game I've seen from them all year, as far as from the linebacker position as a group. Quincy and Sherwood were all over the place. It was great to see.
Yes.
So for I mean I can't. Yeah, it's just been feels like forever since I could really say that. Like it felt like we had linebackers, not just one doing a good play and then being invisible, but like literally two linebackers would just seem to be everywhere all game long. It was beautiful. It was really fun.
It was, and again, I don't know if there are people in the tank crowd here. If you are in that, vibe, that's fine. You can be here. Just understand that I'm not a tanker. I don't know if Jeremy is or not.
Not at 8 games into the season.
That's where I'm
Yeah,
at.
can't root for
eh,
9 losses in a row. Sorry.
there are people that would say you are not welcome here. You are welcome here. Just understand and respect our analysis versus yours. Like I'm willing to acknowledge your place as well.
I'm
But
perfect. I am perfectly able to. You know what? I just don't have the stomach for it. Like I'm fine if you're saying I want to lose every game so we can get the best quarterback, whatever it is. I have no anger towards that fan at all. I just don't have the stomach for it. Like I just can't root against them. I can't want them to lose 8 straight games because of the implications of it. Because I know it's
yeah,
not on purpose. Because the team is not going to lose on purpose. That's very rare.
right.
Miami tried to do it, and their coach refused, and he got fired for it. Like it's very rare that a team loses on purpose. So for them to lose 8, 9 games, that probably means a lot of bad things about our roster. But if we win 3 or 4 games, maybe that shows some hope and promise for our roster. But I do not begrudge anyone's right to root for losses.
Jerry, I would just like to speak on that. It might not be on YouTube quite much, but Twitter is filled with it.
Oh, filled with
And
it. Filled with it.
yes, it's filled with it.
Oh my
I
god,
would just,
the chat with Green Bean. Oh my god. There are people in the chat screaming how stupid we are to be rooting for the teams. Like
you know
saying
what?
you guys are idiots. Why are you rooting for them?
Yeah, they're rooting for losses, right? And I will give kudos to the Danger Zone crew because like we haven't gotten big enough to attract that kind of fan yet. At some point we will, but right now it's more the like-minded souls. I will say though, heading into the game, my sensible side was kind of thinking, man, it would really help if Cleveland beat us. It would. But guess what, Jeremy? Guess what?
We won.
3 snaps into the game, I was like, fuck that.
I know.
Let's go Jets, man. Like I don't understand how you can watch the team, be a fan of the team and stick to that stance.
Right.
Not when they're playing.
And by the way, to anyone pointing out how bad Fields is, like in the chat, you're right. Fields is terrible. Do you know why it doesn't bother me? Like, you know why I don't sit here and go, and I'm not bitching about it and screaming and ranting about, oh my God, he's terrible, this, that, because he's a ghost. In next year, maybe he's the veteran quarterback ahead of the rookie, or we trade and get someone else. In 2 years, he's a ghost. He's gone. He's a bridge quarterback. He's this temporary quarterback that didn't work out. They were hoping he'd be better. We know he's terrible. We know that he can have a good game every once in a while when he plays a very bad defense. We know he can make exciting runs sometimes. We know, yes, I agree, he's Zach Wilson. And I agree, yes, it makes you feel like that emoji you put in of poop. Yes, but it doesn't bother me, and I'm not yelling about it, and I'm not complaining about it because I already know it. He's garbage. He's crap, but he's not the future. Right now, this team is building. We are starting build. Obviously, we traded. We got all these picks. We're going to be building. Right now, they're building. Aaron Glenn right now is saying who are his guys, who are the guys that will fight for him, who's going to be here. That's what he's determining now. That's what those guys were fighting for, to prove that they belong, to prove they're part of the future. That's what's happening right now. That's exactly what's going on right now with his team. Justin Fields is not part of this future. Now, one could argue, why don't they bring in Brady Cook? I don't know. I'd love it if they brought in Brady Cook. I honestly would. Because I don't care about them putting in the best players to win. When I say I don't want to tank, what I'm saying is I can't not root for whoever they put on the field. Anyone wearing the uniform in the uniform, I'm rooting for. If Brady Cook comes in, I'm rooting for him to be really good, because if he could be like the backup quarterback in the future, that's great. I don't think he has that much more. You know what I mean? But I don't care that Justin Fields sucks. I know he sucks. And he's going to suck more. Believe me, he's going to suck more. But it doesn't matter. Because where we're trying to go, he's not there.
Here's my problem with that, Jeremy. And I don't mean to call you out or anything. I just want to have some discourse on this.
That's fine.
Fields was god awful today. I graciously internally gave him to halftime. At halftime, I told myself, hey, all right, if I'm the coach right now, I'm putting Tyrod. Then I told myself, okay, you know what? Sometimes players get a spark, adjustments, halftime. I'm going to give him one more series in the second half. If he doesn't show a flicker, I need to see Tyrod. And then here we go. 8 minutes left in the third quarter. We already had a series under our belt. I said to myself, okay, fucking stop it. Tyrod time now. 17 all. I was over it, man. Done.
Yeah.
Tyrod. However, I get what you're saying as well. You know what? Fuck it. Who cares?
No.
Quarterback.
If they could put Tyrod in, I'm not against putting Tyrod in.
Okay,
I'm not against putting Brady Cook in. I'm just saying I don't care. Like, I'm not upset.
You're indifferent. Indifferent.
I'm just saying I'm not upset about Justin Fields. Like people are angry about it. Like, Justin Fields is so bad. It's like, why is he our quarterback? It's like, I guess I don't care because I know it's not the future. Like, if they were talking about him like he was a part of our future, we don't know if we're going to draft a quarterback. Justin Fields might be the guy of the future. I would be irate. I'd say, you crazy. If I had hair, I'd rip it out. But what I'm saying is, I don't think they're thinking like that. I think we all know that he's gone.
Right. But here's my problem. And I do agree. I see what you mean now. You're kind of indifferent, like whatever.
I wanted him pulled.
Okay. Fair.
Me and Green Bean were saying he should be pulled in the third quarter. We were like, pull him.
I mean, he was playing bad enough too.
Yes, I want them to pull him when he's playing terrible. I would love to see them use another quarterback. I'm just saying I'm not angry about Justin Fields anymore. I'm not angry.
You're not going to let it ruin the win, right?
No, right. Like in other words, yeah, I know that we won in spite of him sucking, because I know that he sucks. I get it. Like, I get it.
You know what?
But like, I'm not mad about it because I know he sucks already. I already knew that he sucks.
And Harlan chimes in. He says, you don't want Taylor in there. He gets injured a lot. Let's see before the season is over what Cook looks like running. You know what? And that's my, like, it's not even the quarterback thing. I don't think there's a quarterback on this roster that deserves to be in 2026. I don't. My problem with keep trotting Fields out there or Tyrod or whatever, my problem is the fact that it's trickling to the rest of the offense to where you can't see what Arian Smith is. You can't see what Mechie is. You can't see what A.D. Mitchell is. Because we're not throwing it. If we are, we're not seeing it. We're seeing linebackers. We're seeing ghosts. Like, that's, and I'm not saying that this isn't your take as well, Jeremy. I'm just saying, like, I was tired with Fields, not so much because of his performance, but more so because he wasn't targeting Garrett. He wasn't targeting Smith. He wasn't targeting Taylor. He was just back there, just doing whatever. So, like,
Terrible.
At a certain point, you're 1-7, you're 2-7. Who the fuck? You're way behind the eight ball. Yes, you can keep trotting him out there, but at some point, it becomes more than him, more detrimental than just who is under center. It's to the fact where like you're killing 11 players, not one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I wanted him out. Believe me, when they came out for the second half, we all agreed. We thought the same thing you did. We said it on the stream. We said if he goes 1, 2, 3 and out, pull him. And I said, let's see if AG has the stones to pull this guy. I wanted him to be pulled, no question about it. I'm just saying. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a different argument. Yeah, was I a little bit upset that they weren't pulling him? Yes, they won the game anyway, so it doesn't matter. But did I want him pulled? Yes. If we would have lost, because if we wouldn't have had any signs of like life, and we would have lost the game, would I have been pissed that they didn't pull him? Yes, I would have been pissed that they didn't pull him. I'm just not pissed about Justin Fields anymore because I know he's not the plan anyway.
Right.
But I could join everybody in saying, why is he still the guy? Why are we starting him?
Yeah.
Like I'm not screaming that we should start Justin Fields. I'm not. I mean, we're stuck with him through next year because of 30 million. We could cut him and just eat the 30 million. If they find a better solution, then fine. I don't care about that either. I don't care at all about Justin Fields. I'm just saying I don't yell about him and I'm not angry about him because I already know he sucks. So I
Right.
don't see any point in it. Like I've said it enough. It's like it's old news. Yes, he sucks.
Yeah.
And if he gets benched, great. I don't think
I,
Tyrod Taylor's going to be any better though. I mean, he's going to suck too, but whatever.
and that's it's less for me about whether you agree with me about benching him. It's more so to me like what you think about Glenn's decision to not pull, because like I'm more looking at the ripples, and I'm not your take. It's more so Glenn's stance of sticking with him when our offense is just stagnant. Like, how long can you keep that up? And it's less for me about even winning the game. It's more so about you have young players trying to develop, and how long do you ride this out?
I would love for them to bench him. I knew when he had the big game against Cincinnati, I said, "Oh shit, now he's going to get his job back because he played against a high school defense." I said it. Like I don't care. Like this one dude keeps wanting to jump on me for everything I say. Sell the statement. I don't have to sell the statement to fans. I'm saying you could be angry all you want. You could sit there every week and say he stinks, he stinks, he stinks, he stinks. If that's what you want to do with your time, do that with your time. Sit there and scream that Justin Fields stinks. I know he stinks. I don't need to type it in. If you need to tell the world that if you need to think that you're the guy that needs to tell every Jet fan that Justin Fields stinks, go ahead. Tell every Jet fan every week, tell them 1,000 times that he stinks. I don't care. I know he stinks. I'm done with him. I know he stinks. The day he's benched, you're never going to hear me complain and say, why is he benched? Good, he's benched. I want him benched because I even said Tyrod Taylor, I've been saying it all year. I don't think he's that good, but maybe he gives you a chance to see what Arian Smith is. Maybe he gives you a chance to see what Mechie is, or Mitchell when he starts playing, because at least Tyrod Taylor is a guy who'll go into the pocket and throw the ball if they're open. I get it.
I don't want to hear it anymore that Tirado, he'll get hurt. He's not worth putting in. That's bullshit, man. Have you seen how bad Fields has been? Any quarterback would be better to throw in there. Any. Like,
Yeah.
dude, Garrett had what, 2 or 3 targets?
I mean,
like, come on.
I don't care about Tyrod being injury prone. If he gets hurt, just like you said, then you put Brady Cook in. Or if you have to go back to Fields, then you have to go back to Fields if he's the only quarterback on the roster. But that doesn't make any sense not to use him because you're afraid he's going to get hurt. That's the same thing as him being hurt. We can't use him because he's going to get hurt. It's the same exact thinking. That's the same thing as him being hurt. Then you're not using him. Like we may as well use him until he gets hurt. You know what I mean?
I want whatever quarterback in there that can run a traditional offense so I can see the other 10 get evaluated before the end of the season. It's just like the defense, man. We traded Quinnen, we traded Sauce. I want to see a full workup evaluation done on the other 11 that are playing now. That's more important to me than winning against the Browns. You know what I mean?
I think Justin Fields prevents us from getting to see how good Mason Taylor really is. I think
Facts.
he's preventing us from seeing how good Brees Hall could be because
Facts.
they can't stack the box anymore if we had a real quarterback, right?
Yep.
But Arian Smith, I really want to see what he could be because when we were watching those replays, when they showed that one play, they were showing the replay, and he was wide open and he's quick and he's fast, and that probably would have been something where he could have turned into a really big yak kind of play. I want to see these guys. Like I am with you. I want to see these play. I was a little disappointed when Tyrod did play because I don't think he played very well either, but he played better than Justin Fields for sure.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but we have a propensity for quarterbacks that are not even mid. Sub mid. And that's the struggle for me because we talked about it earlier, a quarterback away. We all thought we were a quarterback away because Zach Wilson was so bad that even Mike White looked Hall of Fame caliber. Okay. We are right back there. Justin Fields looks so bad
Yeah, it's
that
Zach Wilson. It's Zach
Tyrod
Wilson.
Taylor looks amazing.
It's Zach Wilson all over again. The guy Jesus when he
Yes,
said Zach Wilson, it is. It's Zach
it
Wilson
is.
all over again. Zach
I
Wilson was
can't
better.
take much more.
Zach Wilson was better.
It
Right?
took
I mean, I'm right.
it
Right?
it
Zach
took
Wilson was
four.
better.
Dude, we were gifted 14 points.
I mean, we used to complain because Zach Wilson only had 130 yards. Game manager, I'm sick of this. It's only one, but yeah, but he had 130 yards. You know what I mean? Like he was better than this. This is worse. This is worse.
That's what's troubling to me because my bandwidth for worse is I think it's pretty low. Like all I want is consistently mid. That's my bar, and we can't find it.
I would
We
love.
couldn't even find it with Rogers Chaos. We couldn't.
Well, it was weird with him, man, because he's like it's like if you look at the numbers, he was able to throw and do things. He couldn't do it. Like there were like 3 or 4 games we could have won in the fourth quarter, and Rogers couldn't do it. It was
Facts.
weird.
Yeah,
It was really, really
that's where I'm
strange.
at.
Really strange.
Yeah.
But it's so strange because when you look at the numbers, it's like, how is that possible? Because when I watched the games, it felt like we didn't really have that. I mean, there were some games where I said, "Oh my god!" I mean, he definitely made plays, Rogers. He made throws that we haven't seen a lot of in our years. Like there were throws where I said, "Wow, that's what it's like to have a real quarterback." It just wasn't consistent enough. Like it wasn't. It just something was missing. But there's no question he's a million times better than Justin Fields, and he'd be a better quarterback on this team than Justin Fields. But I understand why they let him go. I was talking about that before. I understand that they needed to bring the team in a new direction. I understand that it just was a meaningless thing to have him here, and that it might be friction in the locker room. It may have been a problem with, like, I understand. But there's no argument that we'd be a better team if we had Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, I mean that's like the most obvious thing in the world I've ever said.
You know what's funny is that you are 1000% correct, including the fact that I know that tonight he is 9 for 21 for 91 yards and a pick. He would still be the best quarterback on our roster.
There's no question about it.
Yeah.
There's no question
Getting
about it. I mean, like
blown out.
I mean, like, look. He like the worst part about it was the fourth quarter. Like that, all of us. He used to be the guy. That's who you wanted more than anyone else, right? That was missing from him last year. And it obviously, I think the biggest part of our disappointment with him, at least I know for me, was that I watched him in Green Bay and he was so good. So even though he may have put up the third best season in Jets quarterback history, it still felt like such a punch in the stomach because he was so good. And then we get him and he was so a shell of who he was. And I understand. I don't blame him. He's 40, 41. I mean, it's amazing he's even still playing. In the NFL. I mean, most guys 35, 36, they fade away and they, retire.
You know what? We talked bad in today's game. Can you buy me 30 seconds and just talk about maybe who balled the hell out today, who maybe shocked you?
Um, who balled out today and shocked me? I mean, um, obviously Quincy. I was thinking, man, this is going to get really ugly when he announced he was benched and everything, and then it was like the total flip. It was like it lit a fire under him. It may have been one of the best games he's ever had as a Jet, and I'm including the games where he was really good for Salah. Um, he was all over the place. He was great. He was fired up. He was firing up the guys around him. Great game for Quincy. It looks like for offensive line, I have to look at the film. It's really hard. How do you focus on the whole? I can't see everything, but it looked like Joe Tipman may have had like on that short pass to Brees Hall. I don't know if it was Myers or Tipman. I couldn't tell because they didn't show it because I hate broadcasting now and how bad they are at showing replays enough. But one of our interior linemen pancaked somebody and just created that hole. I thought it was Tipman, but it could be Myers because he went downfield also. But somebody came around and just lit someone up, and it was beautiful. And I wanted to see who that was. I really want to look at the offensive line and see who did what. It looks like I'm getting the sense that Membu had another great game, and Cleveland has a great defense, so that's but there's no but it was, it doesn't count. Like it counts. If he had a great game against Cleveland, it counts. I know Olu got beat pretty bad on one play, but Miles Garrett is Miles Garrett. And
I was just going to mention Olu.
But sometimes he's going to get around. He does it to every offensive tackle in football, I think. I mean, the guy's been doing it for years. He's an elite player. So but that's the only time he beat him, right? I didn't see anything else. I didn't see any other issues with Olu. It was that one play. So I just really can't light a guy up and criticize and say he had a bad game because of one play.
And you're right. The one play they decided to highlight and show us twice was the one where Miles Garrett just beat Olu with the speed rush. And I think he just needs to figure out like whether he can afford to shuffle his feet in that scenario or just turn and run sideways or whatever you got to do, man. But I'm not willing to say he had a bad game based on that one snap. I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean that's just bad. That's bad evaluation, right? Anybody who looks at one rep, we had a lot of offensive reps. You have to look at them all.
And that's the trouble with streaming on a Sunday. We don't have the benefit of the PFF or the all 22 or whatever. But fans just know that we're right here with you. We're sounding off, eye view of the game, just like you guys have seen. I will say, in addition to, I know you mentioned Quincy. I thought he played spectacular as well. Maybe the underperforming benching bullshit, maybe it helped. I'm not willing to say he would have had as good of game had he started. I'm not willing to say that. So maybe it did. What I will say is that Brees, kudos to him because bro had 5 yards in the first quarter. Five total.
I wanted to make you talk about Brees Hall.
I thought you might. 5 yards in the first quarter, man. I was tracking it. I was like a vulture ready to strike. 5 yards. And then I realized, listen, Garrett didn't even have a target. We had like 3 and outs in a row. I said, you know what? Let me wait and see. Even in the second quarter, he wasn't fantastic. That second half, man, he took over. So kudos to him. Not only that, he won major brownie points with me with what he was doing in the fourth quarter, sliding before he got out of bounds, like sliding on his ass if he had to not go out of bounds. Like that was one of the smartest running back situational like fortitude I've seen in quite some time with how resistant he was to going out of bounds. So that was cool.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No.
I was just going to say receivers. How can you even pin a star on any receiver? I think the top one besides Brees had like 4 yards. Go ahead.
Yeah, they were open. I mean, on a few plays at least. I take it back. I didn't watch the all 22 yet. On some of the plays where we paid attention to it, they appeared to be open. So I have to just reserve all judgment on them. What's nice about PFF, even though I'm not a big fan of PFF, and I think that I have a lot of issues with them, they do look at that and consider that. Like, even if you had no receptions, they'll look at you and say, did you do your job on every play? And if they were open on a lot of plays, they can get a good score, even if they had no receptions, because it's not their fault. They can't control the fact that the quarterback didn't throw the football to them.
Hell yeah.
That's
That's good to know. I have a PFF subscription. I don't think the grades drop until a day or two later. Am I wrong?
It'll take a day or two, but but they are they do not hold it against no grading system that's worth anything. I mean, that's the whole thing when we say don't look at box scores, because box scores don't tell the story. Oh, this receiver had 2 receptions for 8 yards. He sucks. That's a really stupid way to judge a receiver. Because did you notice that the quarterback had 50 yards the whole game and barely threw the ball, right? And all of his yards came from one play that was a throw behind the line of scrimmage to his running back, which is more of a pitch, right? So yeah, you can't judge players by box scores. You have to watch, because if we find out that Arian Smith, every rep he was in, he was open like crazy, and he was breaking open, he was creating space. I mean, we can only imagine what that would look like if he had a real quarterback.
I hate to break it to you guys, but the Arian Smith, the Smitty for Fitty announcements from Bob with Susan are not going to happen with Fields at the helm. All right, let me hit the chat for a moment.
I have one hot take I want to throw.
Please.
It came into my head. I just want to say it. The reason I have hope that Mozzie Smith, if the film looks good, could be good. The reason I have some hope is, and this could be a hot take for some people, I think the most overrated coach in the NFL the last 5 years was that defensive line coach of ours, White Cotton or whatever. I think he was the most overrated defensive line coach ever. I think he played for Saleh and Ulbrich. I think he had great freaking talent, and I think he pissed them off. And remember that day Q was yelling at him? That's because that guy doesn't know his ass from his elbow, and that's why Dallas is sucked shit. And their defensive, and they can't stop the run, even though they got that Kenny Clark guy, and that's why. Because they have a terrible defensive line coach, because that guy was always terrible, and he benefited and got respect because he had an incredible defensive line for a couple of years there, because that's what the Jets invested all their resources in.
Damn.
That's my hot take. That's my coaching hot take. So that's why I say let's not judge Mozzie just quite yet. Let's see what he could do with different coaches.
Yeah. And I'm down with that too. He was thrust into the action today. Guess what? A.D. Mitchell did not. He didn't play. Mozzie Smith did. So don't hold it against him. Let's give them some more time. And Wilkes, bro, we were ready to fire Wilkes, and this defense has turned around. Got to give them time, man. You got to give them time.
Dude, I don't know how many guys are still going to be. How many guys in 2027? Fast forward to 2027 and imagine our starting defensive lineup, right? Write our starting defensive lineup tonight, like next week, and then compare it to 2027. How many guys? Like, how different is it? Might it possibly look?
90% different.
I mean, there'll be shades of similarity, right? There'll be like, you'll see. A few of the veterans might be there, and AZ Thomas might be the corner, and Stevens might hang around, but it's going to look very different.
The secondary, yeah. The D line, I thought you meant.
And no, all of it. Like as a whole defense, it's going to like 2 new, like it's all the same. Like a lot, like Malachi Moore will probably be depth. He'll be a backup safety. Right, we'll have 2 safeties that right now are not on the team. Will be our starting safeties. That's what I think. One of the linebackers might still be here. One of them will be gone, contract by 2027. I guess. Like I think that like a lot of these guys are not going to be here. So, like, just to go on your point about Wilkes, about people wanting to fire him right away, he doesn't have his team yet. Like, it's like they're probably not going to fire him because he just doesn't have his guys yet. Because a lot of these guys are just not going to be here. Was your friend Jesus dropped at birth? This guy, like, was he dropped at birth? Was he just sitting in his house, like
I will
looking to
say he
like
has
attack people, like
he has a spectacular beard, and he did call in last summer. He's a hell of a guy, but I will say that
I mean, it's
he
like
is
I'm sitting here having
very.
an adult conversation. If you can't have an adult conversation, I'm not. I'm saying look at the roster at 2027 just to make a point that he took over. They took over a roster that wasn't theirs, and they're going to build that roster. They're going to mold their defense. I'm not a fan of Wilkes yet. He has to prove it to me. He has done a lot better in the last month.
I
I'm
think
not sitting
he
here.
just wants to get us some clicks, baby. Start
He's
that,
just
or
trying to get us. I guess, yeah, whatever.
Hey, he's brought some good takes out of you, I will say. I was producing, so I missed a lot of his
I should be
one-liners
sending him
down
a
there.
bouquet of roses for pushing me to the better takes, right?
Let me ask you this, Jeremy. We've talked about we talked about a little about this game, not the full scope on like what exactly happened, but some people are asking for the call-in link. Is it something you're feeling tonight or no?
I don't care if you want to let people in and talk. I always like hearing people talk and come in and talk and
You know
Jets
what?
takes. I think that people deserve to have a platform to talk about their Jets takes.
I agree. I do want to limit it to a few minutes a person, but I want to see if
I,
maybe we can get.
I can almost like bet my life that I know who the most anxious, most impatient, the most highest desired caller is going to be and what his name is.
You know what? I bet you I know who you're thinking. Chat, let us know in the comments who you think will be caller number one tonight. Just know it.
Unfortunately, that won't be Modine.
Yeah, yes, we're gonna get him someday. Someday, I promise.
Oh man, I
Uh,
will. That will be epic. Whoever gets Modine, even Greenbean will be in awe.
I will say right away we have two callers. Give me a minute, guys. Just know that we're gonna try to be organized. Bring a take,
Oh, it's got to be
spit
Johnny
the
Boy, right?
take.
Johnny Boy.
Let's chop up your take and go. I it's just crazy though. Like Banjo brought it today. Wilkes brought it today. Angstrand tried. I feel like even his creativity falls on deaf ears
I
kind
think
of
it's
thing.
almost.
Like,
I like what some people were saying, and I kind of like it. I like there were people saying, "Let's as far as Estran's concerned, let's just wait until he has a real quarterback."
yes. You know what? Even on that reverse play we did to Mechie, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I almost thought Mechie was going to throw that ball.
Hmm.
Just the way he was running, call me crazy. But, if we did run a reverse pass, I'd be down for it. Jesus Jerry says Charles. Modine says not Charles, please. Infrared
Is this
says
going to be a weekly
Murphy.
thing? This
Yeah,
rivalry between Modine and Charles?
it might be. You know what? We got three in the green room now, so
Oh,
def
I know Johnny Boy is in there.
I I know he's not yet.
Really?
But I say that only to say like we're gonna have to be organized, guys. We're gonna have to burn through this. So bring your hottest takes first, and let's see what you got. First up in the danger zone, chaos in the danger zone call in line, we have Charles Gorman.
He's always first. What's up, Charles?
Hey guys, I watched the game today.
Oh,
Uh, I told Infrared, defense and special teams won the game. I mean, the offense didn't really do much. They did run the ball for over 120 yards against one of the elite defenses in the NFL. Brees Hall, I've been saying this for quite some time. He's a great running back. He can run it. He can catch it. He doesn't get enough touches. And, I thought the playing calling at times was a bit spotty. I didn't think it was that great. I mean, that end around of John Mechie was stupid. I thought it was a bad play call. Honestly, I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? So obviously the special teams had a great game. I mean, that 99-yard kick return by Nwangu was phenomenal. That Isaiah Williams 74-yard punt return for a touchdown was great. Look, my take is that I think it would be interesting if the Jets started Brady Cook, honestly. Because Tyrod, I do like Tyrod. I think he's a solid player, but he gets hurt a lot. But what do you got to lose with Brady Cook? You know what I mean? Obviously, the Jets didn't draft him. He was an undrafted free agent. But yeah, I definitely think I don't think they're going to start Brady Cook. I think they're going to. What, did I look like Daniel Jones? I appreciate that.
What do you think of that take?
That's a funny observation. It's just
Mo
funny.
Dean, the character, tell you that much.
He is.
I look like Terry Savalas.
What is it about Brady Cook that makes you think that he will be way better than Justin Fields, besides having a pulse?
Besides having a pulse, that's nice.
I think the most. I think every quarterback that's never played for the Jets yet that's on the team is always the most popular Jet on the team.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's not that I never really disliked Justin Fields. I'm not anti-Justin Fields. I know he hasn't been a consistent player. But the thing is, he holds on to the ball way too friggin' long. He's got a cannon of an arm. He's got mobility, but he's not very consistent. And Brady Cook, obviously, he has yet to play an official down in the NFL, but at the same time, you're 2-7. What do you have to lose? Other than games, of course. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose?
Games.
Other than games, of course. But I know some people saying the Jets have won 2 consecutive games. Obviously, the Bengals have an abysmal defense, a couple of weeks ago. But this one, the Browns have a very good defense, but they did not do that great of a job against the run. You give up over 120 yards rushing. That's not very good. And they did give up, 13 offensive points? 13 points is not great, but you gave up points and you only forced 1 takeaway. And your superstar pass rusher didn't really do much this game. The Jet offensive line, I thought, did a pretty respectable job.
I was going to say, doesn't that speak well to our offensive line?
Yes. Not Membu. Olu Fashanu gave up that sack, but Myles Garrett has beaten everybody, including some of the greatest of all time. But Olu, I thought, had a pretty solid game. I thought the offensive line played pretty decently. I do like Membu. I know you told me last week. Was it last week? No, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, Jeremy. You said people are considering for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I said he's having a hell of a year.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll ever give Offensive Rookie of the Year to a tackle, but I will make the argument that I don't know. Like I don't know if they care about impact on wins because it's not like MVP. It's not that kind of award. But I will put Membu up there as far as quality of player for his position against anyone.
Well, I remember Nick Mangold being considered for Rookie of the Year during his rookie year by a lot of analysts. And, Nick Mangold was one of my favorite players growing up. Hopefully he gets put in posthumously in Canton, Ohio. I think he deserves it. He was, for a period of time, the best center in football. I know I actually listened to what Jason Kelce said. He considered Nick Mangold a better player than he was in his prime. And Jason Kelce was a hell of a center for the Eagles for a long time, too.
He's a great
bro. And but if there's another take I would like to make is that I know one guy in the chat, so they could probably use Justin Fields. I think it was Johnny Boy. Maybe they can use Justin Fields like a Taysom Hill.
Do you like that take as well?
I think it's interesting. I think it's very interesting to see what they do with that. But we'll see. I don't think they'll do that. But we shall see.
All right.
Obviously, the Jets playing the Patriots on Thursday night. The Patriots are very well coached by Mike Vrabel. And Drake May, I hate the Patriots just as much, if not a little bit more, than a lot of other Jet fans. But Drake May's a hell of a quarterback. And he's playing very well this year for New England. And, their defense is playing well. I know Luppy on one YouTube chat said the 2025 Patriots are playing the 09 Jets, except, but the Patriots got a better quarterback. Plus he's in his Drake May's in his second year in the National Football League. Now, Mark Sanchez was a rookie in 2009.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Do you think if we offered the Patriots both our second-round picks this year, and next year a second-round pick, so 3 second-round picks for Drake May, they might do it?
They're not going to trade Drake May. Are you fucking kidding me? And I don't disrespect Jeremy. I love you, buddy. They're not going to trade Drake May. He's their fucking future.
Not
They
even
have that quarterback
3
since TB12.
second-round picks, Charles. 3 second-round picks.
They're not gonna do it.
Wait, what
Even
if we
if you give them-
wait. What if we threw in another second by the name of AD Mitchell?
They're not going to take it. They're not. Here's why they're not going to take it. Even if you give them saltine crackers and cheese, they're not going to take it. They're not going to take shit because he's their future.
We got a couple behind, like 3 behind you. Final thoughts on Jets Patriots? Go.
It should be interesting. Can't wait for Thursday night. Hopefully it's not a shit fest like the last Thursday night game between the Broncos and Raiders. Peace out, everybody.
Love you, Charles.
Oh, and Modine, I'll be here every week, baby, when I'm able to. So if you love this pretty face, you're going to get used to this shit all the time.
See you, Charles.
I couldn't say it without laughing. Do you think if we had 2 second-round picks tonight, I couldn't get the rest
I
of it?
thought he might take a swing at that.
I
You
swear
were
I was
close.
good for him for knowing that.
Dude,
That's a straight package.
The chat had me rolling that entire call. My sides hurt. Jerry and Mo,
My
and
cheeks
oh my
hurt.
god, even Harlan got me for a minute. When Harlan Abraham cracks you up, he's onto something. Hey, let's keep rolling, man. Keep rolling. I see a couple here. Let's go with a guy from Southern United States. Let's see if the chat can guess who might be calling.
Is that my Murphy?
You know what? Not Southern enough, brother.
Oh,
This is a guy way south. He also creates now, so you can find him on YouTube. Again, we got 3 in the green room. I want to be respectful for their time, so I can give you guys like a 2 minutes a piece or so. Without further ado, all the way from Florida, Ricky, New York.
What's up, Ricky? You there?
What's happening, guys?
That's delayed. What's up? You're a little delayed, so
Completely agree. You guys are saying it's impossible to evaluate anything on the offensive side of the ball with the that we have, and I think that extends to Engstrom and the offensive coaches as well. With the quarterback that we have, it's impossible to evaluate. I kind of agree with you, Dana. It looked like, maybe Mechie was going to throw that. It would be nice to see somebody throw the ball. The only thing that Fields throwing, the only thing Fields is throwing right now is game. And, but yeah, man, I'm looking at their own players and kind of reshaping this thing in their vision, because this isn't it yet. But I like what we've made, the guys that they brought in, and for all the people that say they don't trust Glenn with the draft picks. Well, draft they had 4 out of our first 5 picks now, so that's a pretty good ratio. So I'm not concerned in the least bit. You know, it's and like Chaos was saying, people can field sucks all day, every day if they want. Like that's not anybody. Um, you know, I think rush to condemn Aaron Glenn. You know, he's made coach mistakes for sure, but nothing so terrible that like we just run him out of the building already. Like it's for that. The defense is starting to come together. You know, I'm curious with a real quarterback and some real weapons. And the thing is, man, is like we've got the picks that not only have like a repeat of a draft that as good as the Sauce Garrett Jermaine draft, have two in a row like that and money on top of it. Like we have the assets to really reshape this team. And man, like what I was like telling people like I've at this time of the year, but I'll admit it, like at those trades, I've been doing like mocks like crazy, stoked with all the assets we've got that and imagining what that could be like. So Jermaine said it best after the trade. Everybody hang in there coming. I promise, and I believe him, and I feel the same way. So,
Ricky, love you, brother. Have a good night, brother. Great takes as always. We gave you a wide berth, the Wi-Fi, but don't think that we weren't wanting to chime in on stuff you said, man. You had it, you nailed it, and we'll chop it up after you're gone, man. Have a good night.
right on, man. Have a good night, guys.
Peace. Peace.
Right. Yeah, man. You realize we have, I mean, like we talk about the picks, 2 first, 2 seconds. What that means, though, we don't know what Dallas is going to do. They don't look that great. But like, even if we forget that pick for a second, considering we're probably going to maybe at most win 4 games, whatever it is, it's looking like we're going to have 3 picks in the top 36 conservatively.
Yeah.
Maybe the 3 picks in the top 34. Like that's a lot of draft capital. And then wherever Dallas ends up, that might be at like what, the 42nd, 43rd, 44th, wherever that is. I mean, that's 4 picks in the top 50. That's powerful stuff. And then you got 3 picks in the top 32 because they're all first rounders the year after that. And then wherever our
short
goes, I mean,
short of Burrow, it's why I don't want to just burn them all for one guy again. Like I would rather stick and pick all these fucking guys. Am I crazy?
no, I mean, I don't think it's crazy to say that. I you know, part of me always likes that, right? You want to like use these picks and everything. But I think that sometimes it works out to the point where you say, oh, that's not bad. Like, you know, like let's say that Indy pick becomes 28 and then we move down to the 4th pick in the 2nd round, right? Because we believe we can get our guy, but we add a 3rd round pick. And then in the 2nd round, they pick a guy that we were scouting, prospecting, we all like, that's in the right position. And it was the guy that we wanted. And now we have this 3rd round pick. So there are things that can happen that make it that we're happy about it. But without that information, it's like you sit there and you hope that we could just use our picks because they're really strong, you know, picks with a lot of capital. So you want to see them being used. You know, I certainly don't want to like take a splatter of, you know, late 3rd round picks or something and give away one of our high picks, you know, because the further you go down in the draft, the more of a dart throw it is. You know, like the scouts aren't perfect. They miss on certain players, but overall, in the grand scheme of things, they do funnel it usually right. Like if you go by the percentage of players that are starters that came from the 1st round, it's a higher percentage than the 2nd, and it gets lower and so forth. So they're not totally inept, right? So statistically, the percentages of hitting on players are higher when they're in the earlier rounds.
And I don't think we'll stick and pick every single one. I do like the idea of packaging 2 together into a 1. I just don't want to throw 3 at a veteran. That's all I'm trying to say. And I think I like what you said as well. But you know what? Hey, I opened the can of worms. The worms are still writhing and ready. Let's get into another caller here. Another guy like Ricky New York has a YouTube. Charles Gorman has a YouTube.
Everybody.
Next guy has a YouTube as well. It pops off on Saturday nights as well as Monday nights. You could get your Jets conversation out the way. Sometimes you can get a little horror talk. Horror.
What did you say? Horror?
Talk. Yeah.
Horror?
Horror talk.
Horror. Okay. I was beginning to say, are we allowed to talk about that online? Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I might get canceled. I gotta be careful. Without further ado, let's get to the Tony Soprano of the Midnight Mafia. Without further ado, Midnight Mike, welcome to the show.
Yo, guys, seriously, first and foremost, thank you so much for having me. And with the horror, if you want me to give me a quick horror thing, check out, I know I'm so behind on this. Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. Best documentary I've seen in years. And I just watched it recently. Guys, check it out. Abraham Lincoln slayed vampires with an axe that it was like any Jedi using a lightsaber. And so check out that movie. You guys get, first and foremost, I'm sorry I'm not wearing my hat. I usually don't look this ragged with my hair down and whatnot. But first, I want to say this. Dano, I love your show on Friday nights. Jeremy, not only do I watch you with Green Bean, but I watch your show. You've been on my show. I watch you and your brothers do your taste testing show. Yeah, I very much enjoy that kind of stuff. It's not just you, but I watch other people who taste test and go and test out pizzas and wings and things like that. And I really appreciate what you and your brothers do. So that's first and foremost. Guys, look, the Jets. I am shocked that we have. First off, we own the Strouds. We own the Texans with C.J. Stroud. Now we own Ohio. Okay, I'm hoping Columbus or Dayton or whatever gets an NFL team, because we got Ohio. So get as many teams into Ohio as possible, and the Jets are moving forward. But guys, yeah, this was a great win. I never root for the tank. I always root for any win the Jets have. I've said it over and over again. The Jets wins come so and few and far between that you've got to be happy when the Jets win a game. And I will never root for the tank. I'm happy that the Jets won. And like I said, I'm sitting in my backyard right now in my little area here. And I'm watching you guys, and I really appreciate the fact that you guys are on. And so many people are pissed off because the Jets won, and it creates a worse draft pick or whatever the case may be. I know a lot of Jets fans aren't with that. I know a lot of Jets fans want to see the wins, and I'm with that. Jeremy, I hope you're with that too. Like it's so good to see the Jets win a game, and now not only are we on a 2-game winning streak, but we're on a 3-week undefeated streak. So let's bask in that glory.
I love it. I love everything you just said. You're awesome. That was a great rant.
Mike.
That was a great rant.
Mike.
I am happy that they won. I am rooting for them, and I do believe that it with a new coach and everything, it helps. It helps with the buy-in. It helps him learn as a coach and grow as a coach. Like winning is, I do believe winning is important. If we were in the final 2 games of the year and we were, like I was saying, at 3-12 or something, and maybe at that I'd feel a little differently. Like, oh, it doesn't matter at this point, and we want a better pick or whatever. But at 1-7 going into today, this part of the season with so many games to go, I can't root for us to lose every game. Because I don't think that's healthy for the people that are going to be part of this team for years to come. Like, I don't think that's the best thing to set us in the right direction.
Absolutely. It's how can you sit there and root for your team that, and I don't know how long. I know Dano, I know you guys both have been Jets fans for 20, 30, 40 years. And me and Maddie are the same way. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't sit there and like any win we can get, I'm going to be happy about it. I don't care. Like, let the football gods look. We can have the number one draft pick. If that doesn't look at our previous number one draft picks, you know, we got Ken O'Brien, and we could have had Dan Marino. I love Ken O'Brien, by the way. I think that he had so many shootouts with Dan Marino and other members. Look, Ken O'Brien is one of my heroes. That's who I grew up with. Mark Sanchez. Once again, he was as good as the team that surrounded him. He was a good quarterback, but he wasn't great. The team around him was great.
No.
Now you get to Sam Darnold, you get to Zach Wilson. Like, I'm sorry. At this point, any win that we can get, let's enjoy this time. I've enjoyed the past 2 weeks. I'm going to enjoy the next week.
That's awesome. You should. We can
speaking
walk
of
around
the
with a
next-
little bit of pride this week.
Yes.
Speaking of the next week, do we have a shot in hell on Thursday night, Mike?
No, not at all. But you know what? I've said this before on my show. I have hope. I have no faith. Okay? Like, I will always hope that the Jets will win. I will always root for the Jets. I hope they beat the Patriots. Look at what the Dolphins did against the Bills. If the Dolphins can do that against the Bills, I mean, let's be honest. I'm trying not to swear, but the Jets can do that against the Patriots. But that's a
baby.
I say when you're playing the better team, they're the better team, clearly, right? You see how they're the more complete, better team, right? On neutral, everything being perfect, 7 days rest, the normal Sunday game on a normal field, no weird weather. They're clearly the better team. Therefore, anything alternate, anything different is an advantage to us and we know that because we lose in a fair fight. We lose without anything weird. Thursday night is weird. Having less days rest, having like less time. We see weird things happen on Thursdays. Weird games where it doesn't go the way, like Denver almost losing to the Raiders. Anything like anything that throws off normalcy is positive when you're the underdog. That's what I believe. So let it rain, let there be wind, let there be strong. Any weirdness to me only favors us because on a perfect field, on a perfect Sunday, we are way at a disadvantage.
Absolutely. And I completely agree. It's like it's any given Sunday in the NFL. So if the Jets end up pulling this off against the Patriots, it'll be as big as what the Dolphins did this week against the Bills. Anything we do, even if we keep it close, that will give hope to Jets fans. And we're looking at a team that has a very young core that we're working with Aaron Glenn. We have Mason Taylor. We have Membu. We have Fashanu. Even Brees. His contract will cost half. Even if we pay him on the high scale, we are going to pay him half of what we paid Sauce. So we're saving money. Okay, so we keep Brees. We already have Garrett Wilson. So take Garrett Wilson and Brees if we offer him a decent contract. Membu, Fashanu, Mason Taylor. Now add 5 first-round draft picks pending, trades and whatnot, and a couple, to more second-round draft picks. In 2 to 3 years, this team could be one of the youngest, most stacked teams. And once again, I know, look, I've been a Jets fan for 40 plus years. I know that this is a pipe dream. I know that the Jets will always find a way to screw this up, to fuck this up. I get it, but I can't keep. I will always hold out hope. Maybe not faith, but I will always hold out hope. The Jets have a good hope of having a young, powerful core in the next 2 to 5 years. And if that's all I have to go on, let's be honest. In my lifetime, 40 plus years, we've been to 3 AFC championship games. We've had a few good playoff runs, but over 40 plus years, 5 good seasons. So I'm willing to take anything at this point. And I will take this.
Mike, I love it. tell viewers where they can find that magnanimous haircut of yours on YouTube?
This is a non-haircut. Okay, I took off my hat. I haven't got a haircut in a long while. I'm available Saturdays and Monday nights, 9 and 9:30 p.m. That doesn't even matter. What I want to say is check out Dano and Chaos. Check out Dano's show Friday nights. And both of those guys are some of the Jets content creators that I do check out on a usual basis. And like I said, Chaos has that great show, Taste Testing, with his brothers. You know, they're clearly New York guys. They're clearly going around the country checking out, great, hot sauces, pizzas, restaurants, things like that. That's the most important thing for this show. And guys, I appreciate you having me on.
You're the best, man. You're awesome. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you
have a
very
good
much,
night,
guys.
Mike. Catch
Yep.
you later, brother.
Wow. I know the name Midnight Mike, but I didn't know he was such a cool dude. I like him.
You've been on his show, Chaos.
I
Come
know,
on,
but it was a
bro.
long time ago, and I was like,
I know.
me. I'm a
I
little
do.
bit. Woo-hoo, yeah.
It was last summer. I
remember.
subscribed.
I didn't remember
I
until he started
subscribed to Chaos, or I'm sorry, Midnight Mike Show, and that's MIDNITE Mike Show. Last March, I believe it was, and he had just small following, dude. Like he had subscribers from when he did trivia and stuff, but like back in last March, he was still getting a Jets following. Now, dude, he pulls numbers, man. He kills it. Saturday nights, Monday nights, check him out on YouTube. I promise it's a good time. Him and his co-host Maddie, they've grown rather well the past year and a half since I started tuning in. Definitely check him out. He's had Chaos. He's had Green Bean. He's one of the few guys who's had Ian Jet Central on his show, I believe annually. So check him out, man.
That's not easy.
I can't, dude. I can't even pull Ian. So,
That's not an easy snap.
No, it's not. So kudos to Mike. Check him out. It's not always 100% Jets because sometimes you don't need 100% Jets. So he has a good pulse on the fan base when he needs to sprinkle in some horror, some horror. Or something crazy. He did a overnight stream the other day where he watched like Night of the Living Dead and stuff with his members. Pretty cool stuff. As always, like I said, check him out. But this next guy has been waiting since Charles called in.
Wow,
I can't keep him waiting.
Time to wait.
It is. And Jeremy, if you got to hop off, I'm going to try to rattle through these. If you have to, I can pull the rest of the weight.
I'll let you know.
Heads up. But if you have a few minutes, I know the second guy really wants to talk to you. Let me get to the first guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with this guy. And the chat, I think, unanimously loves this guy for his baseball, his wrestling, his football takes. But you know what? Let me just bring him out, let him speak for himself, hear what he has to say, whether it be Jet or Giant or anything. Without further ado, the one, the only Mets 2128.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of expecting the Jet game to go the way it did with them getting the W this afternoon. But the Giant game, I swear to God, Brian Dable is now got that noose so tight around his neck, I am ready to pull it to get rid of him.
I thought he was fired today at one point.
Nope. From what I heard, they're keeping him to the end of the year, and that's a dumb decision. This piece of shit, Wiley Coyote knockoff, whose only fetish is making Josh Allen clones, needs to go. Dark's been concussed and he won't play next week against the Packers.
Can I get a Josh Allen clone?
No. But as far as I'm concerned, this bastard has got to go. I've been calling for this cancerous piece of shit who never holds himself accountable to be cut for over a year.
I I'm imagining like what would happen if you took Brian Dable and had him like have Justin Fields as his quarterback. What would that look like?
You wouldn't give him a chance.
Probably not.
Hey,
I didn't get to see
Mets.
the game because I was reacting to the Jets game, so I didn't get to see the game. I just saw kind of you say the Giants were up with 10 points with 4 minutes to go, and kind of you says, "I can't believe this. They're gonna lose."
Well, they did. Because Shane Bowen doesn't know how to do anything but prevent defense.
Okay, Mets, we're your audio is coming in like very robotic. I don't know if you're touching your mic or not, but
I'm not.
I do. I want to hear what you thought of Dart. If he finished that game, would it have been a better result?
I'm not sure if it would have been. Maybe we would have won, maybe. But I still think odds are Dable and Bowen would have found some way to fuck the pooch.
Interesting. Interesting. Thoughts on Russell Wilson?
Shit.
I
We're to got a line on him next
Unlimited.
week. I would prefer Winston under center next week against Green Bay.
Can I get my Giants?
Danger Russ
Can I get my
wishes he
Giants
was the
background?
danger zone.
I have my wife's Giant blanket. I could put this on the background and change my name to Giants Chaos and be right in here with this conversation. But I used to root pretty hard for the Giants when I was a kid. I rooted for both teams. I still follow the Giants a lot, and
you're just as ready as I am to pump Gable's guts full of lead.
I definitely think he's been given a lot of chances, a lot of lives.
Now it's time to put the bullet in him.
Metaphorically, hopefully, we're talking.
Let's push him to the brink of wanting to literally pump his ass full of lead.
Mets, I want you to do me a favor and go back 5 minutes on this stream. Check out your audio, brother. It's pretty bad, and for that reason alone, I cannot keep you on longer. I'm sorry. You know me. I leave you on for 10 minutes if you're spitting facts, but that audio is pretty bad, man, and it didn't start that way, so I don't know what happened there. You know what? Let's just
also like we don't want to have to like at some
cancel.
point, I know we're getting we were getting close to the line of like, do we have to report this? Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's a lot of anger there. There's a lot of anger there. But as Jet fans, we can understand that anger. Like I would imagine. So, Johnny boy, ¿qué pasa?
Yo, what's going on, G?
Piano Jeremy, Jets Chaos.
Yo, did you see that that meme I sent you?
I did. That was great.
Yeah, that's how it sounded to me, bro, the whole time. And I was geeking out with that, man. Yo, they know what's goody. Chaos, what's the deal, man? Hey, came on real quick, had to. So my Chaos was like, yo, get on real quick. I was like, bet. I got you, bro. Dano's on, got it. Yo.
There's no person, if someone said Jets Chaos, with the exception of Dano, there's one person in this world that you could hug. Like, who would you want to hug? Johnny.
Yo, I would hug
not
you, dog.
Even close. It's not
I would hug you, dog.
Do we need a group hug?
I will qualify after I give Johnny Boy the big hug. After the big hug, I want it to be at your house so we can go into the backyard and do the whole barbecue thing.
Yo, carne asada all day, every day, man.
And I want to play with the kids and throw them up there and catch them and the whole thing. I want to be like Uncle Jeremy.
Guys, I'm down. You want to fly? You want to fly to Virginia with me, Jer?
Hey, you guys got an open invitation, man. Always welcome.
I would love that, man. Would have the best time. Best time.
I'm just want to say, enjoy the W. Like, I know everybody's on like the whole draft stuff and all this. Look, I don't care about the draft right now, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm not 100% sold on the quarterback class. I'm not trying to sell all the capital everybody wants to talk about, so I'm not even going to really get into it. I want to enjoy this W because everybody had us getting our socks rocked off from Cleveland. Everybody was saying that Garrett Wilson, I mean not Garrett Wilson, that Miles Garrett was going to eat against this line. I felt like the line held really well. And then even last week against the Bengals itself, it was the same stuff, man. Like these young bucks have something to prove, man, and they're trying to show out. And let them do for what it is, man. And was it an ugly game? Yeah. Did Justin Fields suck? Yes. That dude made me want to like throw my television into the lake, bro, on some of the crap that he was doing. But they pulled it off, man. They got a dub, and
A win's a win.
a win's a win, bro.
We've
And I
lost
just
we've lost weird games. The game we lost to the Steelers. I mean, 5 things had to happen wrong for that game for us to lose, including a 60-yard field goal.
weren't you guys in that moment when they got that penalty on them, and then we won the game because of that? I was expecting us to be the ones that penalty was called on, and we were the ones that messed it up, bro.
That's
And
the
then
way
we were gonna give them the ball somehow or some
I
way.
was saying it all game. I was like, I feel like I was noticing the whole game. I go, wow, we're not the team getting the flag thrown on them all the time.
So it is what it is. Like, just enjoy it. Everybody, like, enjoy it. Let it rock. I mean, bro, how dope was it that Max B was there? I don't know if you guys are big hip hop fans like that, but I was a big Max B fan when he's coming. The first thing that man, he got out of jail at 6 o'clock this morning, all right, and he went to a Jets game.
Wow.
How crazy is that, bro? Just think
You know
about
what?
that.
I can relate to that because I did the same thing, but I wasn't 17 years.
Yeah, yo, my man was locked up for a long, long
Can
time.
you imagine them marching Dano out of prison with that striped suit on?
dude,
And
so
yo,
much poker being played.
bro, and they won it by any means necessary, man. Bro, our special teams won this game for us today. Awesome. Last week it was it was the offense. This week, bro, we don't know, man. It's just whatever they got to do to keep winning. Let them winning, man. And how awesome was it to see and hear Jermaine Johnson talk about it? How they were having like, yo, the other part of this team won this game for us. It's awesome to have us being able to lean on those guys and not being the other way around. Because, bro, for a very long time, man, we've always wanted this damn defense to win us the games constantly. We were praying that the defense would come up with some type of fumble, scoop, and they score pick six, anything to score points for us, man. And it's not happening this time around, man. So they're winning by like weird ways. Yes, it's 2 games out of the 9 games that we've played so far, but we got a dub, man. Let's enjoy it. Let's be able to build off of this. Bro, people were marching, saying, "Yo, get this man Aaron Glenn out of here." Get Muji out of here. What are they doing? Um, they're doing something, man. We lose Az Thomas, bro. We lose Az Thomas, and this defense is gonna fall apart, and everything's like, oh, here we go, same old Jets again. Them guys didn't have that mentality. It was like, yo, next man up, and let's keep it going.
Johnny,
So
can I ask you some? I don't know how long you have,
I'm good
but
right now.
we have a few minutes. I want to ask you if you're standing over AG's shoulder today, when are you whispering, "Hey, bro, think Tyrod, Tyrod"?
Yeah, bro. Like, and I like Tyrod, dog, a lot. That's why I said, well, why not try and Tyrod, right, and then using Fields as the Tyson Hill package or
A
something to that sense and
utility,
spice it up a
a
little bit.
weapon, a weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
nobody's gonna expect, right? Like I love that whole, bro. I thought the same thing you thought. I thought Michi was gonna throw it out, because he looked like it. You saw it. He was trying to get his body into it, and I thought he was gonna chuck it, but he didn't. So it's like it's there, and Tanner is trying to cook with stuff and everything, and maybe he's gonna continue opening of the playbook, man. Maybe we'll see it this Thursday. That's on a short week. I mean, you got the Patriots that just won. in they battled, right? From what I was hearing, they battled against the Bucks today and everything. So I don't know. At this point, man, it is what it is. It's a W. We got to win. Yeah, maybe the team Cleveland sucks. Same thing with the Bengals. Yo, but normally, bro, we lose these games, and it's
Well, that's the difference. I mean, I can't stand when people say, "Well, you only beat that team," but yeah, but we're the Jets. They can't believe they lost to us. You know, I mean, like, what are we talking about? When someone says, "Oh, you beat this team, but they had the worst this or the best that," I mean, who cares? We're the Jets. Who are we? And a win is a win. Like for us to beat teams means all right, but we're beating teams. Like, and we're the Jets. That's our point. We're happy that we're actually winning games. You
yeah.
know.
and and it's today's W with the tribute to Nick Mangold, and then the last game when you found out the passing of it, to be able to rally just around that and how much that means to the family that was there. First off today, right? Like, yo, it is what it is, man. Bro, the Jets have sucked for such a long time. It's a dub, man. We got to win.
Dub.
Who cares about the draft right now? Enjoy the W that we got today,
Pick up W.
and we'll go right ahead and talk about it like the next couple of days and keep going there, man. So I don't know, bro. Yo, dude, for all I know, the Jets with the top pick could give the whole fan base a giant middle finger and end up picking up another tight end. And when everybody wanted Bowers and Warren and blah 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 just to piss people off. Like what I'm trying to say is we have no idea on what the regime is currently doing. Nobody thought that Sauce was gonna go, and look what they did, man. They do work some magic on that. So it is what it is, man. Hopefully we get more wins, bro. I would love if we have a winning season. Is that the green glasses that I normally wear with the Jets? Probably, because it's probably not gonna happen. But it's the hope, right? Mathematically, it could still happen. So I'm gonna hold on to that for the whole season, and hey, get another dub where everybody's saying that you're not going to beat the Patriots and Drake May and he's going to be that guy's going to destroy us and all that. So, yo, but I do like you guys is together, man. KS and Dano on the same show. Make sure you guys hit that like and hit that sub. Hey, we got a
Love you,
dub,
Johnny.
baby. Dub ski, G's up, holes down.
Hey,
Ooh.
hey,
Go.
where can we, Johnny? Where can we
Texas
find you,
Tech.
brother? I know, but tell anyone listening now or after the fact.
Catch me here Friday nights, 9:30 in the Danger Zone when they open up the phone line, man.
But
Yo,
don't
do
you
your
have
thing, man. You know me, man. You know how I do, bro. So it's about you guys. This
Real
is dope.
talk,
Like,
real talk, Johnny. I love you, brother.
yeah, same here, man. You already know. But hey, we got a Dubski. Let's Winston, baby. Let's eat. Hey,
Let's go,
one thing my wife's already
dude.
tired of me because she knows I'm
Dude,
mad happy tonight.
I haven't felt a loss in like 4 weeks almost, man.
Yo, bro, what is that, right? Like, I don't even know what that is anymore. That's like that's weird to us now. It's a
I
foreign
mean,
language.
if you're gonna win, if you're gonna be 2-7, and you're only gonna win 2 games, the best time to do it, in a sense, was the week before the bye week and the week after the bye week. Because I'm telling you, it gave us an unprecedented amount of time during a football season where we didn't have to experience the feeling of loss.
Yeah. The other thing too, yeah, yo, awesome point on that. This also killed that narrative that we don't win after the bye, and this is his first year coming into that, right? We always look crazy unprepared or blah blah bro. Special teams, man, Banjo. Remember when we were talking about that, and I was like, "Yo, it's Banjo Cat, man. What are they gonna do?" But don't we have Westhoff? That's like a counselor to Banjo as well.
I think he's.
Wasn't that a thing that I read?
I think he was consulting in the beginning. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So I wonder how much of that stuff has rubbed off on Banjo and that, bro. This yo nobody had us running it back twice like that. So
I wonder how much rubbed off on him too, Johnny.
hey, you know how I feel about that, baby. So hey, I appreciate you guys, man. Keep doing your stuff.
Love you on
Have a
Jets
good night.
World. Love you on Jets Worldwide, man.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. I love when you guys come on, man. So peace,
Good
peace.
night, brother.
Later.
Peace.
It's our boy Johnny.
Well, dude, we worked our way through those callers perfectly to end right around 2 hours. Man, I think we could do another hour, but it would only be a diluted version. Jeremy, talk to me though, because we talked to Charles, we talked to Metz, we talked to Midnight Mike,
That's an angry
we
guy.
talked to Johnny,
We talked to Ricky.
Ricky. Yeah.
Florida State, Florida Universe Gators, whatever. I forget which one, but yeah,
all of them. Anything that you want to speak on before we'll get into final remarks, but anything about what they were speaking on that you really want to chomp on real quick?
I guess it's like the Giants are pretty bad too. The Giant fans aren't very happy. That was really odd. Suddenly I was Giants Chaos. I thought I was going to change my name. It didn't let me change the name of the thing. But look, I think that when we talk to our fans, I think that like that everybody keeps kind of like mostly agrees. I think on a lot. I mean, we all agree. I think in the long run, I think with the exception of Modine, I think that we all agree that we want to win. We all just have different ideas of what, what's going to, we don't always agree on what's going to get us there. But I think if we were going to like agree on one thing, it's like, I think we all agree that in 2028, if we all got to push a button, green or red, and the green button meant you won the Super Bowl and the red button meant you didn't. I think every Jet fan would hit, except with the exception of Modine, would hit the green button, right? For Super Bowl. So somewhere, in some level of something, we all agree. We all want the same thing. We just have different ideas of what's going to get us there.
Right. I agree with that as well. Because there are many paths. I spoke of it. I would love to be able to stick and pick all these selections we have.
Can you imagine if we needed all of 10 people, 10 magical Jet fans, for 10 people selected out of the chat? And if all 10 hit the green button, it's like that freaking show, the Squid Games, right? If all the 10 hit the green button, we win the Super Bowl. And freaking 9 people hit the green button, we're all ready to go. And the 10th guy is Modine, and we actually have to sweat it out. Because Modine might say, "Well, I won't have anybody. I really like." He'll have an epiphany that he really likes ridiculing us, and that if we hits the green button, he can't ridicule us anymore. So the motherfucker hits the red button.
I don't know if you know this, Chaos. Modine is a Bills fan.
Oh, is that a theory or is that fact?
No, it's fact. Yeah, it's fact.
Oh. So there's no way he's hitting that green button.
Yeah, he is not hitting that green button. Although the more we talk about the Jets, the more I see him type we. I mean, Mel, what's that about? We. We. What is that about, Mel?
I'd be really happy for like E-Boogie, Wild Wave. There's so many guys I can name that I'd be so happy for if we won a Super Bowl, aside from myself. But like, there are so many guys. I know Johnny Boy would be so happy. I can imagine with his little twin son would be so happy. Harlan, Harry. Let's give it for the elderly guys, the old guys. Like those guys would be so happy. Like they would be
JT
thrilled. Yeah, there would be so many. Like imagine like one day we're sitting here in 3 years, Super Bowl champions. Like it does give me like Ricky. I know Ricky would be so happy. Like, I mean, we have people that we know that would just be so the joy that we would collectively. It was just it would be so unbelievable.
It would. It really would, to where like there could be a meetup anywhere. I think most of us would show up just because. Like how often that's like a once in a life. Let's go meet everybody. I'll be remiss if I skip some things that happened earlier. I see a new super chat, but hold on.
You're gonna pass out for this one. Not only are you the first ever,
you know what? You read ahead, Jeremy. Hold on. Okay, first, first, another guy I would be happy for, Barney Miller, man. Barney
Oh
Miller
yeah.
is a real one.
I've
And he
known
said,
Barney from these chats for over 2 or 3 years now. So yeah.
see,
So.
let me ask you what what he says, because I mean, a super chat, he should get both our thoughts.
Mhm.
He says to beat the Pats, bench Fields. Actually, I agree with that. Run Brees. Is
Well,
it that simple, Jeremy?
I would. I'm not going to say that we're going to beat them. I would say that that's the best game plan. That would be my game plan. My game plan would probably, if I want to win, if I'm thinking the whole future, the whole picture, I might make the argument. I know fans are making the argument for Brady Cook. See what you have, see what he is. But I think if I'm trying to win this game, and this game is everything to me to win this game, I'm starting Tyrod, and my game plan is going to be Brees Hall, getting the ball in Brees Hall's hands as much as possible. But that also includes some passing too. Whether it's like, obviously in checkdowns, but I really want to go back to when we used to put Brees Hall on the outside, surprisingly, and get him lined up with a linebacker and have him run a go. Like I kind of think I would like to get back to trying that once a game at some point, So really, I'm all about ball in Brees's hands as much as possible, but I'm not necessarily about only the running it. Like if they're stopping the run, find another way to get this guy into space, because and that's what they did today. They did that little pass.
Yes,
and they
finally
got him into space. When he's in
Yes.
space, that's where he's deadly.
That's all I've ever asked for too. I just want it to be known, like, I didn't hate the guy. I hate us running him up the middle constantly. I still do. I still hate that. Space though, and I'm not gonna lie, like with Garrett potentially, like, how do you not put that kid on IR now, or at least he's out 2 to 4 weeks with whatever the fuck's going
I
on
mean, if
there? Like,
that knee was acting up again, you sit that mother.
yeah,
I don't care if it's the
yeah,
rest.
yeah,
Sit him. Like, don't
yes,
screw
yes,
around with this. I have been around this game for long enough. I've watched it enough. I watched
he has.
R3. I watched RG3's career go to shit because he played on a bad knee. Do not play on a bad knee.
Facts.
He's too valuable for the next 5 years in this future of this team to play him in these games.
Yeah.
It's just no freaking way.
Especially if you're starting Fields. If you're starting Fields, we don't even need Garrett.
Right. It doesn't even matter.
All right. I got to have your thoughts on this next one, Chaos. Our buddy, Jesus Jerry, says, Dano.
He's making it a point to thank you and not me.
I will say that is my brother from down under. People say my brother from another mother. That's also the case, but he is down under over there somewhere. He was New Zealand, Australia. He's a man of the world. And as you can see here, it's $2.99 Australian.
Wait a second, are you telling me, does that mean he talks? Like, hi, mate, I put another ship on the barbie for you. And
you know what?
I'm
He'll
gonna have a
have to
DP
speak for himself.
Drinking Foster's.
He might
bag on the barbie for you.
He just might, or you might have to go back to one of my first streams. I think it was like last June. Check him out. All his guitars he had in the background. His
I like
legendary beard
like
he had.
ZZ Top kind of beard.
Dude, I gotta pull that footage. You know what? We will all be here next Sunday night, right? I'll try to pull maybe a still shot. I won't put Jerry on blast, but I'll pull a still shot and show you what he's working with. I bet you he could produce some good music though, and maybe an intro.
Dude, my father was a musician.
I bet you can.
Like, I'm just saying, like when I see guitars, I get excited. It reminds me of my dad. My whole life growing up.
Dude, guitars, you get excited. Food, what else you get excited for?
Dude,
Jeremy?
food and music go together, man. Food and music go together.
They do. Jerry, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. I saw you in here. I wasn't here, but I saw you in here Friday night, man. Appreciate you circling back Sunday to catch me live, because it's been a year, man, since I've seen you. The whole Rogers fiasco. I haven't seen you since. Appreciate you circling back. I
My
do,
and my Australian friends say you don't like that was just an American commercial that in
Mhm.
Australia they're gonna put another prawn on the Barbie for you. But then I had an Australian friend say if you really want to get down with it in the country in Australia, it's put another snag on the Barbie. And that's like a kind of
another
sausage.
snag.
They say that they'll say that. Yeah.
Okay. See, all I ever known is Foster's,
That's
Australian for beer.
that's beer, Australian for beer. Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's get into the main event here. Modine smacking his hammer down. $10. $10. Even though he has donated $10 before and said he's a Bills fan, now he's circling back and saying, "You're wrong, Dano, because I want to prove you wrong. I'm going to tell you guys I'm now a Pats fan." Are you Charles Dean? Charles Dean Mo Gorman? You're switching teams. See you soon for a Pats blowout win. Same old story like when we had Brady. Thoughts on that, Jeremy Chaos?
Uh, I mean, there's a very good chance that they'll blow us out. We all know this. I mean, on my Survivor League, I'm running out of teams to pick. Um, oh, I don't think I could take the Patriots. I already took them once, but in one of my leagues, but maybe not the other. I mean, like I would consider this would be the week I might take against the Jets, like because I have no choice because it's I've run a lot of the teams that games I like. I already picked the teams. I'm getting desperate. I always save. I always in the back of my mind know, because I hate betting against the Jets, but I know at the back of my mind when it gets down to the end of the season and I'm out of teams, just pick the team that's playing the Jets.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what am we gonna say? Modine likes to pick the other team to win. He always has. And again, you can't argue the fact that he's been right about 90% of the time.
What do you think of the thought that he says "we" quite a bit when it refers to the Jets? Do you think he's a closet Jet fan, or do you think he is just here for the show?
I think he likes to play mind games. I think he likes to play mind games. He's a Jets fan that likes to play mind games. That's what I think.
love it. Chat, you have killed it tonight. I haven't seen probably 60% of your chats. I'm going to try to go back through some of them. But
The show's growing
40%,
too, man.
dude,
We've been maintaining 25 to 27 people for quite a long amount of time. That's a lot better than 2 weeks ago.
Dude, 27 in here now. Insane. Chaos, man. I mean, it's only 9 here. And Jerry said, it will not be diluted if you keep going. I disagree, but dude, I appreciate you, Jeremy, for doing this with me. Because hey, sometimes a Friday I'm unavailable. I was this Friday, and I wouldn't have been able to speak on the Sauce Gardner trade, the Jets win. Dude, there would have been an entirely another Jet game had you not done this with me on Sundays. By the time I spoke Friday night, there would have been a Pats game to talk about. And if we lose that game, I don't even get to enjoy this win. So I appreciate you, man. I know some callers tonight solely called in because you were here. So I can promise you that you're helping this little show we got on Sundays grow just as much as I am. I spoke about Jesus Jerry's guitars. I'm going to throw that out there if he wants to make an intro or some intro tunes. I won't be opposed to it. Clancy, I'm never going to forgive you for how hard you made me laugh tonight. I'll also never forget it. Chaos. Any final words, maybe about the 4 sacks that Will McDonald did, or how hard we hate against Vrabel and May for what we don't have, or how sexy green bean is, or you have the floor, sir. 60 seconds. What do you want to talk about?
I'm going to talk about how I like being on this show. I wanted to be on this show, not to help your channel. I mean, it's nice. If it is, then that's great. I wanted to hang out with my friend and talk about the Jets. And that's what I'm doing. I'm hanging out with my friend and talking about the Jets. And if we build a great show and we get a lot of people and it comes this big thing, that would be a beautiful thing. But even if we had just had these 27 people and never grew at all, I don't care, in the sense that as long as we're hanging out, we're good. And people that are here are having a good time and enjoying the content that we're creating, that's fine with me.
Dude, same. It's event session, it's therapy. The entire reason that I started this channel is for that reason, therapy. Man, I've never lived in market. You have. So, you've got a taste of that, but you're not now. So like you also see the value in this therapeutic thing that YouTube presents, where it's like game's over. What do you do? Like me, I'm typically surrounded by Steeler fans,
Mm-hmm.
or now like no fans, like Seattle fans or San Francisco fans. No. Like therapeutic for me. I appreciate you for helping me on Sundays, especially do this because I need it right away. I do enjoy Fridays. That's a whole like five hour stream. We're just chilling. That's more of a hangout. Um, but I need something sooner, and you've helped me provide it. Enjoyed it. Chat's killing it tonight. A lot of the folks that are here on Friday nights are here now. Um, but concise to the point tonight, and I appreciate you for that. We talked a whole lot of Jets, guys. You got your chats in. Hopefully you feel heard. um, I know I did as well. Enjoyed it. I think we'll leave it here. Okay, final thought, a final prediction. Jets Patriots score, Jeremy, is what?
Okay, being honest and everything.
No, yeah, like gun to your head,
Just being honest
honest.
and everything like that. I'm gonna say 31 to 13 Patriots.
I wish I knew who was starting at quarterback.
Yeah, I might change that a little if I knew who was starting at quarterback, but
Yeah.
that's not to be a hater. I'm not trying to get all people fired up and mad and let people down, but if I'm being honest,
You said 31-13.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not far off. I think the defense does a little better, maybe like a 24-20 or a 24-17. I'll say 24-17.
Okay.
Pats. Um, if I could start Terod right off the bat, it's going to be tighter. If I could have Garrett and Terod, I think I might even predict a win, but I can't. So 24-17 Patriots. Final answer, Regis. The chat is predicting their scores now. I'm going to try to highlight them all, but without further ado, man, Jeremy, hell of a third episode, brother. Have a good night.
Good night, guys. Good night, Tano. Good night, everyone. Good night, world. And looking forward to seeing you all next week. I'll be coming in from North Carolina. That'll be exciting.
Hell yeah. All right. Later. Peace. Peace.
Jets chaos will never die, and this I promise you is no lie. His legend will live on, just like the catcher in the rye. His word will be shared in every classroom. Kids will be wearing a Jeremy costume. He has been a Jets fan for over 40 years. So far they have left him won't die.